you know what? We're back. And I'm gonna start talking about anime again. Because I love that shit. And Mobile Suit Gundam. Because I finished that not too long ago. Or I should say Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. Which are, like I said, I think they're the interconnected ones. Or they're like the beginning of the Gundam series as a whole. Because as far as I know, every single Gundam build was built during that anime. Or those two. Because after that, like, the world goes to shit. And the only reason I say I think they have a connected story is because I was watching Gundam. It was 00 or something? I'll look. That's why I'm in the wall. But I'm gonna look real quick. Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah, 00. And there's a little ball that one of the characters had. Or that, I should say, that the best friend the main character makes. Arthurian. Or Arthurian? Arthurn. Or Arthur. Those are the things I'll probably end up calling him. Because I can't remember how to pronounce his name exactly. Because in my head, it's pronounced Arthur, but it's not Arthur. It's like Arthurian. But he made these little balls for his fiance, and a little bird for his buddy. And in Mobile Suit Gundam 00, one of the characters had the little ball in his Gundam. And it's like hundreds to thousands of years in the future. Because they're obviously dead. Because in Seed Destiny and Seed, I forgot to talk to them. It's basically, I don't know if you could say racist, but genetically modified humans versus non-genetically modified humans. Naturals versus coordinators. Coordinators are the modified humans. You know, they're basic. They could be basic to just changing the hair color of your kid. Like, two redheads have a blonde with blue eyes who's black. I don't think anyone exists like that in Gundam. Or at least in that one. But, like, a coordinator would be like that. Or they could go to the point of right, I have to get a bunch of drinks. And they go to like the advancement of like they're naturally better at everything. So these guys are smarter, faster, stronger. You know, they naturally become better at things. I think I remember what those two guys will want too. But it's basically just that. And the main character is a coordinator. You figure this out all in the first episode. Main character is a coordinator, fighting with one guy wanted whiskey, I think one wanted sweet potato, one guy wanted beer. I forgot what I was saying. But in the first episode you find out, well, at least you know he's a coordinator, and he's working with the naturals, so basic humans, and that they don't know why he's working with them, But then, I want to say he sees his best buddy. And he gets shocked and he gets thrown into the Gundam. Then the chick he's with tries to pilot it. Looks like a drunk toddler. Then he takes over it, immediately pilots it like it's a normal thing. After rewriting the damn code. Like rewriting the whole experimental Gundam code. And proceeds to pilot the Gundam without ever knowing how to. Right, you wanted sake. You wanted champagne? Yep, you wanted sweet potato soju. But yeah, it's... I mean, I give you the basis, he doesn't really work with either side. He kind of works with the crew that is formed around the events. So they get like a... Basically they get thrown into all the experimental gear. So he has, you know, the Gundams are all experimentals. Oh, scotch, not whiskey. Right? Yeah. I grabbed the wrong one. So like their spaceship is the experimental version of the spaceships later on. Well, it's like the spaceship watercraft all around kind of thing. It's kind of like the experimental super ship. And he basically just continues gathering crew, losing the crew. Yeah, death is prominent in that show. Expect anyone to die at any time. Don't matter if they're a main character or not. So that's a warning. But yeah, you see the guy go do a lot of mental shit. And you don't truly need to watch, sorry. You don't truly need to watch Gundam Seed to understand completely Gundam Seed Destiny, but it would really help. It would really help. Also, Gundam Seed, to my knowledge, has the strongest Gundam in the series, with allegedly the best pilot. Basically, he has the God Gundam. Because at least in the show, every other Gundam except for one is all powered on a battery. And him and his buddies, Super Gundams, I don't know what you would call them, but they're powered on a reactor. I'll say it. They're powered on reactors. And they're the only two Gundams like that. Right, I need to go Don Quo. And there are only two Gundams like that. And the fact that no one knows that little detail means they severely underestimate their Gundams. Because they'll run into the battlefield guns blazing. And any other person would be like, oh, that's stupid. You know, any other Gundam runs on battery. So they'll immediately run out of battery, firing 6 lasers at the same time, and then proceeding to spam more. And then they never run out, and then the other people get low, and they're like, okay, we're fucked. We need to retreat. And then they do it again, and again, and again. Until they figure out, oh shit, this is the thing. Shit, this is a problem. Maybe we shouldn't just run straight first into the sky. Gold champagne. I don't remember where the scotch is. But yeah, Gundam Seed is like, they're kind of like World War I to World War II. To understand World War II, you don't 100% need to understand World War I, or you don't really need to know completely about World War I. But to understand, or man, I'm fucking up my sentences. To understand the second one, you don't need to completely understand the first one. You need to know the very basics, which is everything the episode 3 tells you in Seed Destiny. You basically find out everything. I'm gonna find the fucking other stuff first. Yeah, it's worth a watch. Worth a watch. Even if you're not a big fan of like, alright, it's not heavily story based. It's a lot of fighting. Like, I'd say at least 80% of the episodes have fighting in it at some point. Even if it's for like a short period of time. That might be exaggerating. It might be like 70%. But it's a good chunk of them. I think there might be 100 episodes across the two. But yeah, I'd say over half the series at least, up to 70%, is like fighting. And it's pretty damn well animated for being made in 2002 and like 2004 to like 2006, but been watching Rising of the Shield Hero. I think I've said that. I've watched it once in subs, because I always watch it in sub. And then I watched it again in dub. Still prefer the subtitle, still prefer Japanese voices. Not saying they're bad, but I just prefer it. Even though I started watching anime in English, I still prefer the sub. I think the Japanese voice for Naruto is better than the English. I'm not saying it's bad, just saying the other one's better. I prefer the other one. Alright, yeah, I prefer the other one. I'm not saying it's better. I shouldn't say it's better. I think I talked to you after. I don't know what the hell you would want. I don't remember. I think he actually just wanted beer. I think he was the guy I gave beer to. Yeah.
これで話をしやすくなったな。
おーとも。
大丈夫なんだろう。
大丈夫大丈夫。つっても。
立花不動産の仕事をしたことがあるって話だ。
ああ、
I've been watching anime for a long ass time.
さっきも一件
started on Toonami.
白浴びるだろう
I was what?
俺も見てきたから知ってる
Maybe
なんだそれ知っ
4 years old?
他に何が聞きたいの
Maybe I was 5?
立花
I don't remember when
声
Toonami
を
started.
かけてくるのか
It was either 2004 or
今のあん
2006,
た
I
みたい
thought.
に俺らに近づいてきてねそうだ
One of those,
上海の
between
ヤク
those
ザ
two
の方でも
years.
俺たち
So I
に
was,
同じバイト頼んでくることがあるよその連中も地上げ屋だ 今
oh
時
no,
は
I don't think
ホ
I
ーム
was
レスも
7.
使いようなんだ
No,
俺たちは
no, sorry, 2005, 2006.
ヤクザだろうが金さえもらえりゃどっちでも構わねえけどさ
So yeah, before, like, I was like 4 or 5
もう一つ
when I started watching, like, Naruto and stuff.
ああそれならチャンピオンあの辺りはいいそこの連
And I
中
don't regret it.
立花
Don't. Still some of, like, the best shit
あそこは
I still remember
ヤクザが言ったら
vividly.
あそこの住人たちに煙たく
One of
な
the
るよ
そうか
One of the, like, few episodes I can remember. Like, I won't say completely, but, like, if you showed me, or if you asked me, like, draw a picture of this scene that you're talking about, I probably could. It looked like dog shit because I can't draw. But I can remember when Naruto's hunting Sasuke, it would be like right after Sasuke's, before or after the fight between Sasuke, Danzo, not Danzo, Toby, and fuck, what's his name? Deidara. It's when they're it's when they're going around, and I just remember Naruto just jumping from somewhere and landing, and then walking up to someone. I don't remember why. I just remembered that. Or like when
何
Naruto meets Itachi. Hunting after Gaara. Because Itachi's one of my favorite characters of all time. Because of that. Or just because of Naruto. He's I thought he was just like, oh, he's just the bad guy, you know? Then like it got later in the series and I'm like, oh no, Itachi's actually like super interesting and cool. And wow, he's just like, he got thrown into like a shitstorm. Like, he's still one of my favorite characters of all time. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Itachi.
おい
It's kind of funny. Naruto is one of my favorite animes. Naruto Shippuden. One of the very few animes I've never read the manga to that I actually enjoyed. Black Clover, read that. My Hero, read that. I mean, One Piece, sure. I read some. To be honest with you, I don't like One Piece before Marineford. I couldn't get into it before then. To me, it's just like, it's a product of its time. It would be good if they separated it. Well, no, I mean, it is separated. Like, kind of like Naruto Shippuden. Like, there was more of a gap and more noticeable in the characters. Because Luffy just looks like Luffy, but with a scar on his chest now. Zora just has an eye patch. You know, Nami just has bigger tits. Sanji's more horny. Between the time, even though it was literally 2 years, like 2.5, like what Luffy had, though his was only 2, there was a noticeable difference. I mean, they were kids, but like, they don't look that much different though. Not in it. Well, Nico does. Robin looks different because Robin kind of changed. Yeah, never mind. I mean, they changed enough, but like,
立花不動産の人間
kind of feel like anything before was a
い
disappointment.
やそうじゃない
It's like a character before they awaken their powers, but he awakened his powers so late in the series. Honestly, it's like Tower of God. I'm reading Tower of God now,
あまりかん
and it's very similar to that.
俺らには
Where Bam,
俺は
it's like almost 500 chapters in, and the main character is just now awakening every single ability. They're halfway up the tower, he's just now awakening most of his abilities. You know, I should have waited till I got the heat. But it's like that, like, Bam is just now like becoming strong enough. Well, he was already strong enough to fight rankers, but like, he's just now strong enough to like handle his own against insanely powerful opponents.
少しは話を聞く気になってくれた
And he has to like use every single bit of his power, and then there was a time skip.
立花不動産
Surprise,
の
there's
人
like
間がここで
18 of
何を
those
し
in
て
this show. Or in this
あの
one.
人たちを売る気はないここの
But the time skip was actually like a good time skip.
あの人たちは
Where instead of powering up his like forms and his abilities, they powered up him in base.
どう
Like what Whis and Vegeta go through. Or Whis.
あんた
Goku and Vegeta.
とか言ってなかった
なかなか信じてもらえねえが今は語
They
り
powered up their base to power up their Super
前は
Saiyan.
堂島組にいたがな
堂島組かよ
And that's basically what he did here.
その元
あんたら
But
の
like,
社長から
the characters in this one are so interesting. Like he has a guide with
そん
him.
な話聞い
Guides
てねえぞ
obviously guide your way. Each, at least what we can know, each species of guide is kind of unique. We've seen two different, at least, like, that were exclusively just guides and not
それじゃ
like something else.
社長はなんつってた
うちのこと
One can see
知りたい
fate,
の
and
は
then one can see like
昨夜社長
crossroads
と会った部屋に
in the path in front of them,
直接会う
like a decision, I guess.
そうかわかっ
And it's
もうここには来んな
this chick who's with Bam.
So, yeah.
And if you watch the anime, which is like the intro,
社長の方針が
it explains
この辺の土地
a
は
little bit
カ
more
ムロ町が戦争でやっ
I mean, like,
て
read
いるような
the-
人たちのもんらしい
the webcomic
俺たち
version.
みてえな信
or, like, the
者に好き
manga,
勝手す
at
る
least.
資格はないです
Read or don't watch just the anime because I
た
did, and I
さ
was
っき
like,
のビルの
wow, this is
白アビル
it ends after 12
あ
episodes.
そこの連中は所詮流れ
And then it shows you, like, a very
あん
late
たもスナック生せば
late
店長いいだろ
like older Bam than what he is in
です
the
って面してたがよ
the webcomic
あいつらだ
now.
ってよそから流れてきた時元いた住人を追い出してんだ
So it's like, oh, does Bam just like become this badass loner? Like, that's what I was thinking. And my buddy's like, yo, I'm like,
ま俺
you know, what happens in
それ
season
でもあん
2?
たらには
Is there like a time skip and he's like this badass loner who's like uber powerful?
で
And he's like,
あんた結局どうするんだ
no, not really.
あ
Like, he couldn't say much without spoiling it. And I was like, I mean, I mean, I haven't seen anything else, but yeah, so, I mean, I get it. And then I read it and it's like, oh wow, no, you literally could not talk about the story in any way, shape, or form without it being a major spoiler. For like the end of the first season. And I'm like, holy shit, no wonder he couldn't tell me. But like, it's an addictive read. I've been reading it non-stop and it's amazing. And it's like really, really well drawn. And I say read the webcomic because the anime leaves out and doesn't tell you a lot of details that you should really understand before going in. Like, I can think of just like details in the background that in the anime you can't see because it's too dark. And in the webcomic it's just there enough where you can like make it out and it's like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, so, that would have explained a lot later on. Oh, so wait, that's why that happened. It's like that. Where in the anime, it's like, oh, that's how it's gonna go. Oh, it ends like that? Really? Oh, that happened? Really? In the webcomic, it's like, there's hints. You can see the foreshadowing. In the anime, they do that kind of poorly. But they do get like, they get the key points with the characters. Like the essentials that you need to know if you were to read the manga or the webcomic, it's all there. That's what I did. I didn't know there was a manga or anime or webcomic. And knowing that there is now, yeah, it's much better. Even like, it took me a minute, so you might read the season 2 thinking that you're reading the wrong thing because of how it starts, but you're not. I was like, I saw season 2 for Tower of God and I started reading it. I was like, oh, wait, am I reading the wrong thing? Wait, how my dog scared the shit out of me? Yeah, where was I? I honestly forget. But about how it starts. Because it looks the exact same. It was just well, I'll say the main character looks a little bit different for a time being. Basically, he looks like a chick, and it kind of caught me off guard. So I had to reread like part of the ending to like double check what happened. And it's essentially the same, but it helps a lot more. Like it flows better if you read the last chapter of the webcomic going into the first chapter of season 2. Because if you don't, it could really throw you for a loop until you read like 2 chapters ahead, where you can see the main character's face and it's like, oh, that's why. And then for like the next 6 or 7 chapters, I was like, is that the main character? Is that the main character? And they bring up something. And bring up something, and then they show like they show basically the ending of season 1, I'll say, or I'll say the first arc, the training area, the floor of tests. They basically show that, and then the main character, and that cuts back to the character that you see, who I'll tell you is, so you guys don't get confused, Cold. I'm gonna butcher the first part. Vile Grace. He basically just goes by Vile. Like Jewel Vile Grace. He'll either be called Vile or Grace. Or Slayer candidate. You know, I completely forgot about abilities and shit. So why don't I like power up in the middle of a fight? Go Super Saiyan like 1 on his ass. Release my Bankai. Go in the Kurama Chakra mode. Go into my black form. Gear 4. How many more anime things can I say? Oh, what's the thing from Yu Yu Hakusho? The Monzaku. Turn into the Monzaku. Alright. Face, bitch. Table, motherfucker. Give me the couch. Beat you with a fucking chair, bitch. Yeah, it's Tower of God is a good one. At least watch the anime. You won't be disappointed. I mean, nah, you won't be disappointed. You'll definitely be like, I hate this bitch. Get up here. Punch this man in the dick. You know, I don't know why I did not think he was gonna get to me. Oh, Spear Bomb! Or Genki Dama. I jumped right back into that attack. You want to comment how it's called a Genki Dama, but it's called a called a Genki Dama, and it's the Spirit Bomb. But Genki Dama means Spirit Ball. Same thing with Biju Dama. The Tailed Beast Bomb, Tailed Beast Ball is what it really translates to. Also English there, to translate to. Oh, he getting hit with my repeated normal punches. Saitama doesn't get a transformation because Saitama's Saitama. You can't fuck with Saitama. Saitama fucks with you. My man was just jumping like a fucking kangaroo. He's a roo, my boys. He's a roo. He's a kangaroo fucking roo. I may be a rookie, but I'm a strong rookie.
Eh. どうなってる？
ええ、小田さんは私にとってかけがえのない片腕です。だから我々の中にあなた
I've always wondered this.
彼の了解
Kiryu is I mean,
そうかよ。
never mind. I'll say this later.
立花、そろそろ腹の中に隠してるもん見せろ。あんたはなぜこの俺に近づいてきた？その理由は何なんだ？
いいでしょう。ですがその前に、あなたはこのカムロ町という町を何と見ますか？
カムロ町さあな、質問の意味がわかんね
え。私はね、桐生さん、この町は堂島組をはじめとする登場界の餌場であると見ています。一晩中ネオンに彩られたこの町に集まる人や金、そこから溢れる甘い汁は全て登場界の極道たちに吸い上げられる。
何が言ってんだ？
登場界が力で光り輝かせるこの町に、私は風穴を開ける人間です。こんな風にね。
なんだと？嘘だろ。
金は力。私は自分の力がこの先どこまで登場界に迫れるか試してみたい。ですがまだまだでしてね。今の私ではせいぜい10秒というところが限界ですが、いずれは殻の一粒を手に入れてカムロ町の支配者層に食い込むつもりです。あの土地は それだけの価値を見ます。
あんたは一体。
桐生さんがご存知かどうか、東上会という組織は決して一枚岩ではありません。その証拠に、東上会にはこの私に協力するある一人の人物がいます。そして私があなたに近づいた理由は、その人物から強力な推薦を受けたからなんですよ。
東上会の内通者ってことか。誰なんだそいつは。
あなたと私が手を結ぶことを望んだその人物は、東上会直系堂島組若頭風間慎太郎です。
Dun dun dun.
おやっさんが。
Kazuma. Alright, do they don't remember, but do they ever explain what the empty lot actually gives them?
あ
Like
なたは堂島組の若頭
any other Yakuza game, it's the Millennium
風
Tower.
間さんをスパイする
That's what's there.
風間さんの隠し
But like, do they
からの人
actually tell you what the empty lot, like what they'll actually get the profits from? Like I know it's the Kamurocho
からの人
Revitament.
勇者を見つけ出すことのできる
Yeah, the Kamurocho Revitament.
私の
Kamurocho.
あんたが
I don't remember. It's the project Kamurocho that Dojima's running,
あの堂島組より大きく先
and there's a lot of money in it, but I don't remember what they say,
彼らは激怒する
like what they'll actually get from
本
it.
気で潰しにかかって
They just say it's like it's a lot of money in it. They don't say what it's for. Like I don't know if that money's for, you know,
私が風間さん
rebuilding.
からあなたのことを託され
If
たの
they'll
は
just get
半年
an account full of fucking
あの
money.
人が刑務所に入るよりも
You know, does it get divvied up for certain things? Like
ク
what?
ゼがあなたに近づくこと
I don't remember if they tell you.
風間さんは堂島組どころ
But then it doesn't matter in Yakuza 1 because, you know, just
そ
watch
し
the intro to
てその
Yakuza
風
1
間さ
and
ん
you'll
が殻の一
understand.
粒を手にあの人は
だったら
それすらも風間さんの計画
なんだと。
ご理解いただけましたか。
立場
風間さんがおっしゃるにはこれがその証拠になると。
これは
あなたも見覚えがあるはずです。風間さんが沢村由美さんからプレゼントされたものだそうですね。
Right, yeah, Yumi is in this game.
おやっさんがあんたにこれを渡したのか。
I'll be honest, playing Yakuza 1, they bring up Yumi.
あなたから風間さんに
Did not know that she was in this game.
全てが
She's literally in like one scene,
俺には
which explains why.
おやっさんって人がどういう男
But I had no idea that was her.
まるで分かっちゃ
They just kind of like point her out at one point, zoom in on
う。
her.
この人が俺に何か
I think they make a point to like Nishikiyama
俺は
that
い
he
つでも
likes
その
her,
ために命張る覚悟だ。
and then that was it. Like that was all the context they give you for Yakuza
お
1,
や
I
っさんに
think.
逆らって極道になった時から
I mean, spoiler alert, sorry.
そう
Probably should have said that, but like, there is no like context in that scene. It could literally be any time in this
で
game.
はこれからどうぞ
So, like, suck a dick.
よろしくお願いします。
You got told that the character's in this game, and nothing happens. Worth 6 times more. But like, is that a current prime minister or like what prime minister? Does Japan have? What does Japan have? Do they have a prime minister and do they have a president? That's next time. This is next time. We do not have time for this. He will be next time.